This is Talkative Carl. We're back with another discussion video, something I've been wanting to talk about for a hot minute. Uh, why I think Brooklyn Nine-Nine should continue. Now, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is part of I go back to that series almost like every day. It's like I don't, the only other show I ever do that for is probably like Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's not in live action. But it's just like, it's like those two particular series as part I refer back to probably like more often than anything else. It's definitely one of my favorite shows. It's like so hilarious, great writing. And apparently it was like the same people who was from like Community, I think it was Community, whichever one Amy Poehler was on. I never watched it personally, but I probably would have liked it if they had these kind of same writers, because this is a brilliant show and an incredible cast of characters. But it was announced last year that Brooklyn Nine-Nine will be doing its final season this year, and I could be misremembering, but I don't think so, because it was after the whole situation with the George Floyd's murder, that and the whole and calling for police reform, and like and the way the police were behaving. They always been behaving like just outlandish, but it just expedited the problem even further. It's like didn't make any better. But since then, it was like, even like it was like a lot of cop shows were affected. It's like either a lot of cop shows were being like taken off the air, or in situations like even Law and Order SVU, who had like police consultants on like, these a lot of detective shows, at the rework, or at least had to take care of certain things behind the scenes just to make it better, and without at least portraying the police in like pretending like they like shit don't stink kind of thing. But SVU was still continuing. It's never been like chosen to be taken off of air because of a situation like this. And even so, they got like an extra show called Law and Order, what's it called, with the Elliot Staber, Organized Crime. And it's like that, I mean, not that I want Law and Order to be canceled, but they're not affected. If they're not affected, why is Brooklyn Nine-Nine being affected like this? I mean, it's like this series should, if not the 9th season, because always they had that catchphrase 9-9. I mean, it's like allow this to at least get on, if not the 10th season, at least the 9th season, to make it really mean something. But it's just like this series can easily continue. I mean, obviously not as long as like SVU, but it's just like it seems like so just like a sudden just decision making, just like the I don't want this dragging on unnecessarily like The Simpsons, obviously, but I think this show is worth at least going on to 10 seasons. I mean, at the most, I think is earned that the writing, the comedic timing, the all the emotional beats it tackles, because even though it's like mostly comedy, there's been like a lot of occasions when they talk about some like very hard-hitting stuff, like the episode was season 5 with the episode Moo, where it's like they tackle about actual uh police unjustly arresting black cops, where Officer Terry Jeffers, while he was off duty looking for his kid's toy, had like a cop uh you know you know arrest him for being like a black guy, just because he didn't look like he belonged in that neighborhood kind of situation, until the cop looked up his records and found out he was a detective. And then not double down, but it's like when he tried to like confront the guy, trying to see if like they can like come to an understanding and let him know he can't be doing this as a police officer. He has to uphold the law kind of situation. But that cop is in, coming at him, not coming at him, but just telling him like, hey, next time just have your badge out. And he wanted to go through that. It's like, it shouldn't matter if I was a cop or not. You shouldn't do that, period. And of course, having like a powerful scene with Captain Holt, telling him how like he was helped as a kid by a cop, and he always wanted to be a cop because of that. He wanted to be like a hero to people, like that cop was a hero to him. But he didn't feel like a hero in that moment. He felt like he felt like he felt horrible in that moment, and he doesn't want his daughters to grow up because they can't play the police card when it comes to the time when they're out one night looking for their kid's toy. And that was an amazing episode. Like, all of these episodes are worth a watch. I mean, it's like I'm pretty sure there are like episodes that I probably don't care for, but it's so minor. It is that level good where it's like, there's episodes, there's so little that you there's so little of episodes that you do not care for out of the other great episodes. It's just phenomenal. Yeah, Terry Crews, look up these yeah, IMDb, because like I do not want to sit there and miss out. Okay. Yeah, Andy Samberg, Chelsea Peretti, the wife of Jordan Peele, Andre Braugher, Terry Crews, Joe Lo Triglago, Melissa Fumero, Stephanie Beatrice, Joe Kinnaman Miller, and Dirk Blocker, full name. And of course, you got like a lot of cool reoccurring supporting cast members like Craig Robinson, Kira Sedgwick, Mark Evan Jackson, Jason Mazukas, Dean Winters. Even got like certain special guest characters, like Adam Sandler showed up one time, Bill Hader, Bradley Whitfield, King Marino, Eva Longoria, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Vanessa Bayer. Nick Cannon, Zoe Deschanel showed up as a crossover between like another show I like, New Girl, with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because they both was on Fox at a certain point. Sterling King Brown was on there, Maya Rudolph, Nick Offerman. So it's like a decent amount of community members showing up. Fred Emerson, Catherine Hahn, Mary Lynn Raskob, J.K. Simmons. Yeah, I mean, like Patton Oswalt. So Danny Trejo. So yeah, I mean, it's like Chris Parnell, Jeffrey. I mean, it's like there's like a lot of awesome people like showing up on this show. Katie Seagal, Ed Helms. So yeah, I mean, this show is like, you know, permeated throughout like these 8 years. Well, about to be 8 years for this 8th season. But I think this show deserves at least a couple more seasons, at the very least. Make it a perfect 10, if it all possible. I mean, it's like these people had like the incredible chemistry amongst these cast of characters is just beyond phenomenal. It's just like, it's like, I mean, of course, there's a lot of TV shows with, you know, people with, you know, with great chemistry, but it's just like, it's not like Big Bang Theory or How I Met Your Mother, where it's like you know, amount of great episodes, or you know, there's like, you know, season that's lacking in certain instances, or it's not, and you can't say like Star Trek, where it's like the even amount of seasons are the ones that you need to watch. Every season is quality, and it's just like you know, I mean, like everybody involved is just like, I mean, if you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. It's on Hulu. You can watch, binge watch, you know, all the episodes. You'll see what I'm talking about. I love this series. I think it should continue. I feel like it's just like a sudden, just, you know, you know, like a bomb drop, or like how's it expressing? Like you just, you know, just a bomb was dropped on your lap kind of situation. It's like, whoa! It's like you just canceling the show just like that, without just like, you know. I think like you can tell at least a little bit more story. It's like, you know, make you know, it lasts at least a couple of seasons longer. Let it lead up to like a good final season. I mean, I'm pretty sure this season will probably be a nice wrap up, you know, given the quality of the writers, but it's just that I hate to see this go. A lot of people love this series, and it's just like amazing. It's like, I was just curious when I first heard about this years ago. I didn't think it was gonna have legs, because like, you're gonna do a comedy cop show. It's like, you know, you're probably gonna run out of material pretty fast, because it's like, you know, what the cops did with it is not always gonna be funny or fun, but they made it work, and it was like one of the best shows I ever watched in my entire life. It's just phenomenal. Like, I can't gush over the show more than I already am. I'm just like, I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, please leave a comment below if like you have like a favorite episode. What was your favorite like moments? Like, because a lot of great Jake moments. Andy Samberg is like, you know, he is like, everybody's a star in this, but when Andy Samberg's, you know, when he bounced off all these other castmates, it's just gold. Like everyone, like, and it's just what makes it even unique is the fact that it's not just like him and Boyle, his partner Boyle, and this is just them constantly all the time. Is like, unlike like someone like Law and Order, where like you know, back in the days, just Elliot and Stabler, like Elliot Stabler and shoot, I'm blanking on her name, Benson and Stabler, when it's just those two almost all the time. You know, Jake is, you know, usually team with Boyle for one you know, episode, or is Jake and all his all the detectives in the squad, or is him and his captain, or him and Gina, or him and Amy, or him and Rosa, or Rosa and Boyle, or Rosa and Captain Holt, or Captain Holt and Terry, or Terry and Boyle, and just like they bounce off each other so perfectly well, and it's like the comedic timing is just like, I don't even know where like these people come from. It's like, you know, where you get this kind of like you know, brilliance when it comes to like in this the comedy. And I'm pretty sure it's like a lot of help from these actors who probably been in the game for a good amount, especially Andy Samberg and Terry Crews. and Mr. Bauer, like they've been around for a good long period of time, so they know this stuff. Because I've seen them in a lot of things, but in this show is like a very big standout, and I wonder how long I don't even know how long Community even lasted, like because I think Community lasted for a pretty long time, because like people always like rave about like Community and what have you. Let me just look this up real quick. So I doubt Community lasted for 8 seasons. It didn't feel like it. It feels like it was like almost every freaking time. What was a Community? I'm thinking of something else. Ah, crap. I misquote. But let me look this up, because it's like, what is like Amy Poehler? It was like a particular show. It wasn't like Community. I'm misquoting. Let's scratch that. My bad, guys. Hold on a second. Parks and Recreation. I'm I'm confused. I never watched Parks and Recreation either. It was Parks and Recreation, the writers of that. My apologies to people who like Parks and Recreation. But it's just that about how long that lasted. It lasted, actually 2009 to 2015. So like Brooklyn Nine-Nine probably lasted longer. Not probably did last longer than Parks and Recreation, and definitely lasted longer than Community. So it still had a good run, but even still, I really want this like show to continue. I really hate to see this go. It's just so much fun to watch, and it's like they tackle a lot of you got 2 characters that are part of the LGBT plus community. Stephanie Beatrice is bisexual, and then like the actor Andre Brower plays a homosexual man in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't know if he's actually uh a gay man in real life. Could be wrong. Maybe he is. Yeah, double check here. No, he's not. He's a straight man. He's from Chicago. Hey, just like Amy Poehler. Nice. So got Chicago Brethren. Nice, nice. I love that. So yeah, I mean, like this show, this entire series is just is well worth your time. You will love this, and it should be like a petition out there. Like, I'm surprised there's nobody clamoring for a petition. Like, because I put it out there. It's like there should be a petition to save Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because it was supposed to have been canceled after like Fox let it go, but NBC picked it up, and I believe it's got legs, man. At least 2. It has 2 legs that should carry them forward. I mean, halfway through the first season, and they was trying to find a footing, because you'll see a lot of like SNL alum and Parks and Recreation alum popping in here and there. Like Pete Davidson like showed up once. I think the woman from Precious showed up in one particular episode with him in the same episode. But yeah, it's like but after like by the end of the first season, man, it hooked me. Like, I look forward to Brooklyn Nine-Nine every year, especially for the Halloween heist and the all the Jimmy Jab games. Like I want to see I'm pretty sure like after, well, I don't want to spoil anything because it's like I already spoiled at least a couple of episodes already, but see the season for your the series for yourself. At least check out the first 3 episodes of season 1 and see how it grabs you, because I promise you, you will find something that you like. At least give it, yeah, give it the first 5 episodes just to be safe, just to have a little extra cushion, because you'll see like I mentioned, like they're usually a couple of first episodes the people are trying to find their footing, but after, let's say, give it the 5th episode of season 1, you'll see where everybody's landing, and you'll know that you probably gravitate to this show, and there's at least half the roster you'll find very interesting, and you want to see their arc. And man, this is like probably the best damn sitcom. I don't even call it a sitcom, but the best damn television like I've seen. I've seen my fair share of good TV shows, but this is not like any other. And it's probably like the writing staff that's, I'm not sure if they're new. They're not necessarily new. They're part of Parks and Recreation. Same, at least most of them are the same people. But it's like, this is not like, 2.5 Men. It's not like How I Met Your Mother. It's definitely not like Big Bang Theory. This is like a whole bottle of wax. This is something else. What they managed to cultivate from this show is just brilliant, man. I hope there's somebody out there like me who put it out there that you want this series to flourish at least a little bit longer. 8 seems so little of a length of time. 10 seems optimal. I think depending on the quality of the show, because Big Bang Theory, which is not always that have been that funny, and they have a freaking laugh track, and it's like, and they managed to pull off the laughs without the need for a laugh track to tell you when to laugh. But yeah, you let like Big Bang Theory and How Much Mother last for God knows how long. At least give Brooklyn Nine-Nine 10 even seasons, given the fact that the following it has. But yeah, I mean, there's so much to see in this. And if you watch the YouTube show Watch Mojo, they talk a lot of about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, about certain Easter eggs and the jokes made by various characters throughout the series. I mean, of course, you don't want to be spoiled, but if you have seen at least some of the seasons, and at least half of the seasons, you definitely get what they're referencing and what Easter eggs they're talking about. But definitely check out this series for yourself. It's like on Hulu, 22 minutes or so. But yeah, that's my thoughts, man. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I want this series to continue. I do, and it's well worth it. Like, these actors deserve all the accolades. Of course, it already of course won like was it the Golden Globes, I believe? Yeah. Yeah, they won the Golden Globes from this show. I mean, I know it's probably not much for most people, because like certain award shows are, meh at best. It's more so the glam and like pat on the back kind of stuff, but they definitely earn it. But yeah, man. Tell me what your thoughts are. I mean, like, what was your favorite Brooklyn Nine-Nine seasons or episode or character? It's like, I definitely like, I have, you know, massive crush on like Rosa, you know, but I love those tough female characters. Uh, but you know, as far as like my biggest favorites, uh, uh, characters from the show, Jake, of course, Captain Holt, and Terry. Like those are the major three that I love seeing the most from these episodes. And they bring in the funny, and it's not even just jokes. It's just like, wit is wit to the joke, but not unless nothing goes over your head. You understand, and it's just it's just a crying shame that they just want to just cut it loose only after 8 seasons. It's just 8 seasons seems so light. But yeah, thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff to Talkative Carl on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Follow me on my Patreon. That's www.patreon.com/talkativecarl. And if you want like certain discussions that you want me to talk about that you find interesting, you can check out my Patreon. So you can of course, you can leave a comment below here on YouTube as well. If there's a certain particular topic that you want to discuss, by all means, leave it and I'll check it out. So I will see you guys later. Take care and be safe.